All right. Hello and welcome to your Backyard Ninja Championships. I will be your host, Bodie Snow, and I'm super excited to get things started with our first official Backyard Championships. 3 courses in one day. Super excited to see all the athletes, all the courses. They're going to be super, super cool, so stay tuned. We're going to go over the rules and how things work. We're going to start off with the speed course, then move into hybrid, and lastly, burnout. The athletes' two combined best scores will determine the champion of the first official backyard championship. So let's do this. Super excited to get into things. First, we're going to start off with speed. Okay, our first athlete is going to be Griffin Foot. Striding through that first obstacle, taking a backswing to be sure, linking off the bar straight to the dismount, kick off the sidewall, now onto the rolling log and skateboard. A little bit of a techie balance, straight up the TikTok, not taking a backswing, smooth links around. Griffin going for a really fast time here around the move to the door, going straight to that spinner, linking to the cow, taking a backswing to go to the dart, dismounts, got the bar and the buzzer, and Griffin Foot with a very impressive time for our first athlete of the speed course. 38.06, gonna put him in first place for now. Really nice run by Griffin. That was really quick. Well, next up onto the course we have Harper Cleaver. Remember, this is a speed course, so however fast you can go on this course is really the key here. Harper making some quick moves, big link off of that bar. Nice two-step off of that angled block and straight into the skateboard. Needs to take a backswing on this TikTok, but straight up to the trapeze, linking these moves straight onto the bar and around, skipping that little tack and just doesn't have enough height to get up to the door. Gonna cost him a little bit of time, but thought about the link to the axe slot. Gonna lachey up to that bar, and a very good time still for Harper Cleaver. Gonna be right behind Griffin there. 43.91. Really good run for our first two athletes onto this course. Love to see it. Liam Bailey is going to be up next onto the starting block here. Straight onto that trapeze. Taking a backswing to be sure about it. Ooh, another backswing there. Looks like he was just a little bit off angled. Nice tack off of that block. Straight into the rolling log and down the skateboard we go. Little bit wobbly there, but Liam's okay. Gonna take a backswing on the TikTok. And these obstacles, they're not easy to be in a speed course. Very technical moves that you normally wouldn't see in a speed course. But Liam making good work of it. Twisting it around onto that spinning disc and the cow after it. Good latch onto those bars. Straight into the board. And nice dismount. Got one more obstacle. Come on, Liam. Another clear would be good. It barely hitting that buzzer. Nice job by Liam. Time of 1:07. Cutting it close to the time limit with just 1:15. But nice job getting that clear right there for Liam Bailey. And next up onto the course, we have Graydon Dabrowski. Gonna be starting things out really smooth on the first obstacle. Looking to beat Griffin's time and dethrone him right now. Nice move through the rolling log. Big jump to the ring, a little stuck on the skateboard, but gets through a big pullback. He's going to try to get it in one, but just misses the feet on the TikTok there. Still has a really good pace. Could be a very fast time. Graydon's got to move it a little bit sideways. Good save by Graydon. Got to reach up to that door. Pull it around. Can we see a good time? Going for that side of the spinner. Linking off of the axe slot. Going to the top bar. Hit the buzzer, Graydon. And nicely done by Graydon. We'll see where that puts him. Gonna put him in third. Nice job, 51.38. Really good time, really solid time. Griffin still gonna be in first place for this speed course so far. Well, here we go. Logan Karika is gonna be up on deck onto this course. Logan making good moves through here. Big skip, bypassing that tack move and straight into the skateboard. Logan is really moving, taking a backswing. Oh, but has to take another backswing. Didn't calculate he was going to have enough swing, but Logan really powering. Oh, no. And that is going to be a fail. They will get a countdown. You do have retries on the speed course, 3 retries per obstacle. Make sure athletes can get through the course without fails, and it's really just about time here. Nice dismount there for Logan. Gonna have to really push if he wants to get a good time here. And gets the skip to the buzzer. Really nice run by Logan. That's gonna put him in 4th place, 52.38. If he would have not had that fail, I'm sure he would have had a better placing. But that's the way speed works. Well, here we go. Up next, up to the course is Brandon Steinfeld. Making a good move off that tack. Taking a backswing, really quick backswing there. Got the tack over here. Really nice job by Brandon. Straight into the skateboard and a big ring move. The one-handed grab. Going to take a backswing on the TikTok and straight up to the trapeze. Going to take another backswing to be sure about it. Linking off the bars. Straight into the balance. Around with the bar up to the door. Moving up the bar so we can have a better positioning to get up to the door. Taking a backswing. Going around. Taking another backswing. Nice. Barely grabbing it onto the axe slot. Yes. There we go. Brandon picking up the pace towards the end, trying to get a good time. And there's the buzzer for Brandon. Actually, pretty curious to see where that puts him. Ooh, gonna put him in 5th. So bumping out Liam's time. This is only the top 5 leaderboard. Nicely done, 55.78. So we will show everybody at the end, but top 5 leaderboard is what we're going to show for now. And Jace Lashley is going to be on to our course. Our final competitor, if I am not mistaken. Taking a backswing, few backswings on the rings, just to be sure about getting that dismount. Really good pace by Jace right now. You know, taking a couple backswings, but nobody has really gone through this course perfect. So we'll see if Jace can make it up towards the end. Ooh, a little bit of a stumble on the tack right there. Getting looped around on that pole right there. Going for the side method. And so what? Gets the one-handed save. Jeez. And linking everything towards the end. Jace really electrifying at the end of his run. Looks like might have hit his head maybe somewhere on the course. We're going to check on him. But this is going to be your final leaderboard. Going to put him in 5th. Griffin Foot first. Harper Cleaver. Graydon Dabrowski. Logan Karika. And lastly, top 5, Jace Lashley. Really good runs to everybody. In 6th place, we have Brandon Steinfeld. And 7th, Liam Bailey. So what a speed course. All the athletes did exceptionally well on this speed course. I'm really happy to get into the hybrids. and see where things play out. Really nice runs by everyone through the speed course. Big links. Can definitely see these athletes have a lot of technical abilities, and that's really what they're going to need for the hybrid. Okay, here we are back into the hybrid, starting things off with Jace Lastly. It is a randomized run order for the start of the course, but gonna be backwards for the hybrid. Looks like didn't pull on that ring, but it's gonna go for a skip beta on this course. This is the hybrid course, so very technical moves are gonna be incorporated. And Jace bypassing one of the more technical moves on the second obstacle and getting that other point. Here we are onto the bat tech. Can use the pole to assist you, but Jace looks like he has his foot on one of the holds that isn't incorporated, so gonna have to reset here. Gotta have two hands on the batarang before starting. This is definitely one of the hardest things about going first, is that you might forget some of the rules that were in play. But Jace making his way through and onto these ultimate cliffhanger holds. The holds get smaller as you go. You can see them decreasing in size. The two final last ones, and Jace gonna skip the last two, which is a big skip for Jace, and onto the cane tech. Nice hop into the first cradle. He's got one more big hop to make. Might go for the skip straight to the ring. Big move, and Jace just slipping down the cane right there. Gonna need a retry here. Remember, same thing as the speed course, 3 retries per obstacle, which is a really huge play here for this course. Course, very technical, as you can see on this cane. Can Jace lock it in on the second attempt? We got it. Jace getting that clear of the cane. Very technical obstacle and going to put him in a good position in the hybrid. Grabbing up to this boot scoot move. Got a boot scoot down. There's a boot scoot on a magnet and just slipping down. Gonna have to take another reset here. This move very technical in the way that it works. Gotta really hold on to that ring as you're already pretty low to the ground. Keep your feet up. And then the UFO that goes after it. So let's see if Jace can get it as our first runner up onto the hybrid. Nice pull into the ring. And just tries to go straight into the UFO. But that UFO is not a normal one. Very finicky in the way it moves. Very wobbly. Jace is really going to have to get a very precise hold on that UFO. Take in. Extra swing on the boot scoot and straight up and just misses it. Looks like still fighting here. Didn't call the foot dab right there. This is not a good spot to be in. And just misses it again. So taxing to keep those legs up. Jace going into like a spider hold here. I don't actually know what he's doing. Looks like a rag doll. Can Jace get that reach to the ring? Maybe kick it with his feet? I don't know what Jace can do in this situation. And just as tired out. Really good run for our first runner, Jace. It's going to have 5 points, 4 fails, and a time of 4:02. How the hybrid works is it goes points, fails, and then time to decide who is going to be in first here. Well, second up to the course is going to be Brandon Steinfeld. Brandon is a very technical athlete. Obstacle works. You got to pull on this. Got to grab the ring before it falls to the ground. And that is going to be a reset for Brandon there. Got a reset to the platform. Looks like a little trouble resetting it. Let's see if Brandon can get it on a second attempt. Looks like gonna bypass the move. Just like Jace did. And there's different ways to do this obstacle. That is the way that Brandon was trying to do it is a lot quicker. A lot faster. But this is definitely less difficult. More assured to get the point. And Brandon looking really good on this bat tech. Utilizing the battering and the holds and getting that point. A little bit of a struggle at the beginning, but really pushing through these cliffhanger holds onto these tinier ones. Big dismount for Brandon there and onto the cane tech. I know Brandon definitely likes his cane tech and precision. Nice. Hop into that first cradle there, the first Venus flytrap. We'll see what approach he goes for. Maybe the skip that Jace did or the around move, which is the intended. And just missing it, you can see there is a pretty big wooden piece under that move, making it a lot more challenging to wrap around with the cane. Brandon, lock it in that first move again. We'll see if that attempt maybe changed his mind. Just missing it. I don't really know what he was going for there. I'm thinking probably to the ring, which is a very fair beta. Nice. Brandon straight onto that cane and straight into the first hop. This is his final retry. Can we get it, Brandon? Come on. It just misses it. Keep your head up, Brandon. That was a really good run. Gonna see where that puts him in the leaderboard. Gonna be in second place. 4 points, 4 fails, in a time of 2.26. Really nice run by Brandon. We'll see how that run holds up. Well, next up onto the course is going to be Logan Corica. Making that first obstacles look pretty simple. Logan had a pretty good run in the speed. A little bit of a fail there on the speed course. He's moving really quickly, though. So you can definitely see that he can move fast. Having a little bit of trouble with the battering, but locks it in there. Out having to use a retry. Nice dismount there for Logan. Oh, looks like might have forgot about the cliffhanger obstacle here, but nonetheless, not gonna count it as a fail on that tiny ledge there and gets the dismount. Nicely done by Logan. Now onto this cane tech. As you can see from our other competitors, if you can lock this in on your first attempt, that would be very good for Logan. Looks like trying to, might have got stuck on that Venus flytrap there. Not really sure what happened, but he's got 2 more retries. Maybe gonna switch up the beta on this one. I'm really not deciding where he wants to go yet. And tries to go for the skip, but doesn't quite make it. And that is a very technical move to have to go under the Venus flytrap and then go back up to the ring. Lots of air time. Gotta be controlled. Can we get it on this last attempt for Logan? It just misses it. And that is going to be it for Logan Carica. We'll see where that puts him. Just above Brandon. Looks like he had less fails. 4 points, 3 fails, and a time of 1.59 for Logan Carica. Where we go. Next up onto the course is Graydon Dabrowski. Similar run to Logan on the speed. Moving really quickly, had a little mess up. There we go. Going for the intended beta and locks it in there. First person we've seen do it. The faster, more technical. Oh no! The batarang falling out there. I don't know if that's going to be counted as a fail. I don't think they're not counting it as a fail. So lucky for Graydon there. Now got to line up this dismount straight to the box. That's a clear. Gonna chalk up a little bit onto these holds here. Moving quickly through them. Come on, Graydon. Can we get clear on this? Nicely done. Barely saving it there. And onto the cane. Now, this has definitely been a turning point in the athletes so far. If you can get past this obstacle, that's going to put you in a really good position. Nice. Big jump. Just bypassing the hop move there. Looks like he's going to go around the cane. Not going for the skip. And really close there for Graydon. Very close attempt. Just barely missed it. Graydon looking pretty strong on this cane. We could see another clear of the cane and maybe even the boot scoot. Gonna take the cane out. Going for that jump again. Big hop onto that first cradle. Gonna hop around here. Oh, goes for the skip and barely missing it. Graydon, that was very close. Really nice attempt there. Showing he definitely has a very good chance of getting this cane maneuver. Locking it into the first cradle. Making sure he has swing. Can we get another clear here for No! And Graydon barely missing it there. That was so close. That is a out for Graydon there, but moving straight into our next athlete, Liam Bailey. Looks like trying to pull on the maneuver. Ooh, but just misses it there. Gonna have to go back. Reset here. Set looking to have a little bit of trouble resetting this move. Now, lots of moving parts in this course, especially with that obstacle there. Hopefully pausing Liam's time. And Liam gonna have another attempt. And just slipping out on those precision pipes. Oh no. Liam, this is going to be his last attempt for Liam. Getting those beams. Oh, ring almost falling off. Liam got to pull on that maneuver. Got to run back and barely saving it. Keeping us on our toes, Liam Bailey. You know, that is definitely going to downgrade his score. Batarang falls out. Gonna get handed back up to him, though. No worries for Liam. Got to get 2 hands on that batarang before starting. Wrapping his leg around the pole. Making sure he doesn't slip out. Having a little bit of trouble with his dismount, but locking it in for Liam there. You know, Liam getting last on the speed. Definitely not putting him in a very good position for the burnout, but hybrid is definitely a key factor here. And Liam can really excel by getting this cane obstacle and putting, ooh, just tops it off, saying putting him in a better position for the burnout. Remember, the hybrid and speed combined is the run-order for the burnout. And the burnout is a very key factor in how this works. Turning the cane around to the other side. I don't know what he's trying to do here. And going back to the platform. Maybe a beta break here. But looks like doesn't get back to the platform. Looks like didn't make it fully. So we'll see what Liam's cooking up here. Not 100% sure what he's trying to do. Maybe go back to the platform and maybe skip something. But Liam gonna try again here. Oh no, trying to turn it around and in the process just knocks it off. Here we go. Great and Dabrowski, if you're watching our other run, gonna put himself in third. Liam put himself in fifth. Not bad for our athletes. Chase still in first. Here we go. Up next, we got Harper Cleaver. Harper Cleaver, very strong hybrid athlete, I would say. Had a pretty good run in speed, putting himself in second. See about the hybrid. Barely reaching the ring, but gets it. Nicely done. A really good hybrid run here could really cement a very good score in the burnout and maybe just an overall. We'll see. Moving very quickly. This, with his time and fails, definitely going to put himself just in second. Right there. Just getting to the cane. Really nice job by Harper so far. Knows what he has to do to get this clear. If he can get past this obstacle, that would be absolutely monumental. Can we see it from Harper on the first attempt? We can! Harper Cleaver locking it in. Putting himself in first place. Not a big deal for sure. That's how he's looking. I mean, geez. Harper definitely looking very strong as an athlete here. And I know Harper's a good boot scoot athlete. Getting those legs really high, but slipping out on that ring right there. Had a lot of power going into that boot scoot right there. But a good technique for Harper Cleaver. Harper looking really strong here. If you're watching the Backyard Championship at Mount Chalkness, Tyler's house, he was commentating with me. So, love to commentate with Harper. But now he's on the course and absolutely crushing it. Big move up to this UFO. Really got to straighten out that swing. Harper, can we get it on this attempt? Yes, we can! Harper Cleaver, the first athlete to get past the boot scoot and the UFO. Jeez. The floodgates really opening here on this course. 2 more obstacles for Harper to go. Can we get it clear on this course? Got these Angry Bird-like hops here. Very cool technical obstacle. Let's see if Harper can get it on the first attempt here. Straight onto that bar. Already cementing himself in first place with only 2 more athletes to go. Gonna put him really good position, but these hops so technical and precise, and gets a little stuck on one of the cliffhangers there. Trying to go for the other hop. Let's see if Harper can get it. Now, I tried this obstacle, of course. And, I mean, the first hop is definitely the hardest. The other two, I think if Harper can get past this first one, I think he's got a really good chance of getting them. Well, here we go. Harper making his way to the first two rings there. You can see one is a little bit more tilted up. That is on purpose. The whole thing moves back and forth and just gets stuck again for Harper. Having a little bit of trouble getting the rings out of the cradle. Harper's got one more attempt here. Can we get it clear on this obstacle? Shaking it out, making sure he's got enough grip left for these hops. Really good run already. Really shows that he has the technical ability to get this obstacle and the sloper moves after it. Nice. Walk into the first one. Big hop around. Getting them onto the side and get stuck again. And that is going to do it for Harper Cleaver. What a run. What a run. Harper Cleaver putting himself in first place with a whopping 6 points, 4 fails, 3.52. Such a good run by Harper. I think that's going to stand. I mean, we got two other athletes already putting him in top 3 assured. So, really good run. Really good placement. The worst he can do is 5 points here. But Griffin Foot, definitely an athlete who can shake things up. Make it a good move, as you can see on that first one right there. And looks like didn't quite unhook it, but going to have to go back and go for the other beta. Slower, but definitely a lot less pressure on you to get this obstacle. And Griffin making a good move, wrapping the leg around, hooking it into the other hold. One back swing and go for Griffin. Griffin knows what he has to do after watching Harper. Knows that the course has gotten harder, really. I mean, you really got to clear the cane, I think. Cane is definitely clutch point. To beat Harper, he's got to get this on the first attempt, unless he's going to try to bypass Harper's score here. And barely missing it. Just 2 on one side of the ring. Tapping it right there. Griffin going to get another retry here, but really, really close for Griffin. Same thing happened to Jace there. Nice. We'll see if he can get it on the second attempt. I know Griffin can. Oh, just missing it. You know, I've seen him practice some cane tech in his backyard course. Griffin definitely been working on a lot of cane precisions and tech. So I think Griffin has a really strong case to get this obstacle here. Straightening out the ring for Griffin there. Can we get it on this final attempt for Griffin? Griffin. Big hop here. No! And just getting stuck on the bottom part. And a big shocker for Griffin. Was a really big athlete coming into this. 4 points, 3 fails, a time of 1.53. Very fast pace to that point. But, wow, I mean, Griffin really close on that cane tech obstacle. We'll see where that puts him for the burnout. Harper Cleaver still taking the throne. Here we go, Miles Wilson. Miles couldn't compete in the last course because he made it. So, some of these athletes making the course. And Miles just falling forward there. Just couldn't quite get it. Looks like doesn't really know where to start here. Miles gonna have a retry. Can we get it clear on this obstacle for Miles? Unhooking it right there. Barely reaching it for Miles. Getting that clear. Keeping us on our toes. Onto the batarang and just falling out. Fun fact, that is Miles's batarang right there. So, a little bit of a home court advantage. Just joking. Miles is a very strong batarang athlete, I think. I've seen him get a lot of technical moves. This is just probably a walk in the park for him. Really nicely done. Miles is definitely a hybrid burnout person, so worked out he didn't have to run the speed course. Nicely done by Miles. I think Miles is definitely a person who can go all the way. If you're watching the hybrid course for the Youth NSC at ARC, had a really good run there, showing why he is a hybrid, really strong hybrid and technical athlete. And onto the cane he goes. Taking a couple swings, making sure and hopping into the first cradle. Getting this on the first try like Harper did would be absolutely huge for Miles, and locks it in on the first attempt there. What a clear for Miles Wilson. Already putting him into second place here. Really good. If he can get this on the first try, that will put him in front of Harper on this. Can we get it on the first try here? And locking it in. First attempt. Sorry, I was wrong about that. He does have a fail because of the balance obstacle, so not assured to be in front of Harper, but we'll see. It just comes down to time at this point. Or if he can get past this obstacle. Miles putting up a really strong run right here. Getting that UFO on the first try is just madness. Oh, and going for a beta break here. Bypassing the first move. Gonna have a little bit of a technical hop here, though. Still for Miles. Ooh, gets it on that attempt right there. And Miles Wilson looking to be a clear of this obstacle on the first attempt. Ooh, just getting stuck on the sides there for Miles. Gonna have a reset here for Miles Wilson. And Miles, we call him the rat because, I mean, geez, he always finds the cheese somewhere. It's what we call it in Ninja the Cheese, is when an athlete finds a way to skip or bypass a move that wasn't intended to be or said in the rules. So, Miles kind of skipping the move is all fair. Miles finding something in the rules that wasn't said. So, there is a lot of thinking and planning in Ninja, and Miles locking in those double rings again. A little bit sideways here. I think he's got to straighten it out here, but maybe trying to get the cliffhanger, getting the rings on those cliffhangers there. I don't know if that's the best beta here. But Miles looks like sticking to the other way and slipping down on those rings. In a lot of trouble with this obstacle and straight into it. Doesn't have much time. 4 minutes, 30 seconds on as your time limit. Nice lock into those first two cradles there. Big hop. The whole thing moves big. Oh, Miles Wilson slipping down off those rings. And what a run there. We'll see. It's going to put him in second place, just on time there. First place, Harper Cleaver. Second place, Miles Wilson. Third place, Jace Leslie. Fourth, Logan Karika. And fifth, Griffin Foote. What a hybrid leaderboard. Indeed. Sixth, Graydon. Seventh, Brandon. And eighth, Liam Bailey. Well, these two combined scores will determine the runner for the burnout. So, super excited to see the burnout Really technical obstacles put in there as well. I know that for sure. So let's see what we have in store for the burnout. Here we are at the burnout. Miles Wilson going to be leading the charge here. Oh yeah, I got the smoke here for our final event of the Backyard Ninja Championships. Thank you guys for staying tuned all the way to the burnout. This is really the big decider here for all of these athletes competed all day. And Miles getting up to that bar. Miles was the only person that his score in the hybrid didn't matter because he didn't run speed, because he did create it. So we just decided that he would run last on hybrid and first on burnout, making it the most fair for the other athletes. And yeah, it's going to be very difficult for Miles to run burnout first. Doesn't know where he's going to go or has to get to. But Miles is a very strong burnout competitor, and you can see it already. For those, if you're watching and don't know what the burnout is a course where you cannot touch the floor at all until the end of the course. So lots of hanging, less technical moves, but lots of grabs and grip implemented in the burnout. But Miles really crushing this thing so far. I mean, our first athlete, and already through majority of the burnout. Onto these smiley faces, these cliffhanger holds. They get harder as you go across. Got this final sad face here, matching on it and onto the T-ledge. And quick work. Miles not looking tired to this point. Miles looks really strong onto that slot. Moving very quickly. I can't even name all the obstacles right now. Gonna take a rest. You got that trussing in play between the black tapes. And now onto these ropes for Miles Wilson. Putting up such a solid run for our first athlete onto the course. Nice. Staying locked off. Looks super calm there. Big pop onto that spinning pipe right there. Miles, what can stop him at this point? Big hop onto those dog bones and into the cannonballs. And now for this little ounce of tech into the course. Gets the first move on the sky hooks. Very technical move to add in a burnout. And now has this big up move. Got to go really high. Use that pulling power at the end of a burnout. Really doesn't have much. Miles, can we get it clear of this skyhook obstacle? We can! Miles Wilson getting the point there. 2 more lines of obstacles to go. You can see Miles. The grip must be burning here. That is why they call it the burnout, folks. Come on, Miles. Miles really putting on a show for us right now as the first athlete. All the other competitors definitely got to be scared, man. This is a very dominant performance coming out of Miles Wilson here. Big lache to the male slot and down to these 2 cliffhanger ledges on the flywheels. Holds it. Big move for Miles. He's got it. 2 more moves to make and Miles could be our first athlete in the clear of the burnout. But he's got 2 big moves here. Got to latch onto that UFO. And then the cookie that comes after it, only being able to utilize the tiny ledges on the cookie. Miles Wilson lining up for this move and slipping off for Miles Wilson. But what a run as our first athlete. Really putting the pressure on the rest of the field. Miles Wilson, 22 touch points with 4.25 seconds. Or 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Sorry. Well, here we go. Liam Bailey is going to be up and on to this course. Up next. Did get last on the last two events here. So Liam really got his work cut out for him in the burnout. But I like what he's doing, moving pretty aggressively at the start of this burnout here. Trying to make quick moves. Maybe beat other people's times. Hopefully improve his score. There we go. Liam. Gotta make the transfer up to the rings. Nicely done by Liam there. And onto the hooks and the ducks that come after it. And the ducks, they're really scary. Oh, big skip by Liam. What I mean by they're scary is you got those tails for the ducks to hook onto. For the rings to hook up onto the ducks. And looks like you're going to fall off. And Liam making his way through the boards here. Nice big move to the ring here now for Liam to get the touch point, and just slips out for Liam. That is going to be the end of his run. Did get the touch point at the ring. There you go, Liam. 7 touch points with a time of 1:11. Pretty good run by Liam there. Move quickly to the point he wanted to, but just slipping out on that last ring. Getting the touch point, which definitely is going to be important there. And next up, we got Graydon Dabrowski. Going to be moving through this course right here. Nice moves onto the rings. Got to go around the trussing here, reach to the other side, and up to the rope. This is the only area where athletes can utilize their feet. Everywhere else got to be hands only. And the feet don't really help here. I mean, it's not much of a rest. You're pulling with those arms. You can see Graydon utilizing this time to chalk up with his feet on the rope. And nice, gets that touch point to the bar. And Graydon going for another approach, as you saw Liam going for more of the fast approach. Graydon going for more slow and steady. Conserving energy more and making less moves that would tire him. Graydon, good work through the ducks right there. Really nice job for Graydon there. And now for the pull around move. Very technical and just misses it. And the hardest part of that is you're tired going into a very technical and precision move. And Graydon Dabrowski going to put himself in third with 6 touch points with a time of 1:22. We'll see how that holds up. Jace lastly running with the sunglasses here. And Jace has put himself in a really good position. Had a good run on speed, a good run on hybrid, putting him in third on the hybrid if I'm not mistaken. And Jace powering through these rings right here. Jace, I would say, is a burnout athlete. I think he can go far. Jace, forgot to mention, but he's coming all the way from Northwest Ninja Park in Eugene. So, made the drive to come out here and compete, taking a little bit of a rest. Looks like the rings were not reset, but it's okay for Jace. Ooh, a little bit of trouble. Reach into that ring. Going to be turned around here a little bit, but fixes it. Nicely done by Jace. And Jace comes into this with pretty good runs all around. Put in a good burnout run, and he is pretty locked in to have at least the top 5 performance here in the Backyard Ninja Championships. And now for this wraparound move. If he can get this, and the touch point, that would put him into second place. So Jace really got to squeeze here, and perfect tech moving through these boards. Now for the transfer, locking it in. Got to get the touch point on the ring. Can he hold on? And one-handed reaches it. There we go. Jace got another touch point over here on the trapeze, and that's going to put him in second place right there. And onto these cliff ledges. Not using chalk. That is one of Jace's biggest things. Doesn't use chalk at all, which I think is absolute madness, because burnout, I mean, my hands are sweaty towards the end. I don't know how Jace is still hanging here with no chalk. But Jace has his way, making it onto the slot, reaching up, and this is the point in the burnout where it's just so taxing. Taking a little bit of a rest, going onto these ropes. Hold and squeeze, and got this lower rope up to the spinning bar, and Jace gets it onto the dog bone here. Big Lachey squeeze for Jace, and gets it onto the cannonballs. Gonna make the move up to the skyhook ring. Everyone on their toes for Jace. Could we see another clear of the skyhooks? First move locked in. Now needs this big up move for Jace. Just misses it. Well, that was a really strong run and performance for Jace. Lastly, 16 touch points with a time of 2.57. Second place, going to suit him well. And honestly, with that score, that could put him in the position to get top 3 overall. But Griffin Foot is onto the course. And Griffin comes into this with a really big play here. If he can get first place on the burnout, that will secure his score as first place overall. If he can get first on the burnout, which at this point would either be getting to the UFO faster than Miles or getting a clear all around, which would be monumental for Griffin here. Onto the skyhooks first. Gotta get through these more easier moves, but just burning out your energy here. Griffin making the moves through the ducks, hooking him onto the double ring. And now for this really technical move here. A lot of people falling out here. Griffin trying not to be one of them. Having a little bit of trouble hitting that trussing. Might reset to the ring there. And this is just going to be taxing for Griffin to get to the... Oh no! And Griffin slipping out on the board. And that is sadly going to be it for Griffin Foot. Going to put himself in 4th place on the burnout. 6 touch points with a time of 1:07. Just a little bit faster than Graydon. And a surprising fail there for Griffin. Well, our final athlete of the Backyard Championships, Harper Cleaver, had a 2nd place on the speed, a 1st place on the hybrid. Harper has had an amazing day here at the Backyard Championships. Harper making his way onto the rope, utilizing the feet to get up the rope climb here. And Harper comes into this at a point where, yes, he's already won with those 2 scores here. Harper is your Backyard Champion. Now, wouldn't it be best if the Backyard Championship winner got a clear on this burnout, showing it's possible? Harper is not done. Still got a lot of work to do on this course. Harper Cleaver has had an amazing day. Be perfect to get a clear here. Locking in that board. Got the transfer here. Nicely done. Big move. Got to hop onto this ring. And there we go. Ooh, a little bit. There we go. And that is going to lock him into 3rd place there at least on this burnout. definitely gunning for that first place spot. And if you guys are wondering, Miles and Harper are tied right now with points, but Harper did win the hybrid, and that is the most important one to win. So Harper already locked in, but a first place on the burnout for Harper would be such a big deal. Got to make this big reach up to a tiny slot right there. Misses on the first attempt. Harper hanging in there. He's got to go back up, and nicely done there by Harper onto the rest point and the ropes that come after it. Harper making it very deep into this burnout course. Not going to decide to chalk up here. No, this is a definitely difficult. The ropes are slippery. Harper, hold on, and slipping down. Doesn't get the touch point for Harper there. And there you have it, the final burnout leaderboard. Miles Wilson going to take first place. Second place, Jace Lastly. Third place, Harper Cleaver. Fourth place, Liam Bailey. And fifth place, Griffin Foote. Sixth place, Graydon Dabrowski. If you're wondering, Logan, he couldn't join us. He had to leave. So there's only 6 people that were competing on the burnout. So really nice job to all the competitors here. And here we go. Our final scoring. Our top 3 for the Backyard Championships. Let's get things started. Harper Cleaver gonna be in first place. Miles Wilson second and Jace third. Harper got first on the hybrid, second on speed. Miles first on the burnout, second on hybrid. Jace second on the burnout, and third on hybrid. And here is your podium.
So we're going to call out 8th to 1st. So in 8th place, Brandon Steinfeld. In 7th place, Liam Bailey.
Liam, that side.
In 6th place, Graydon Dabrowski. 5th place was Logan, but he's not here. So. In 4th place, Griffin Foote. And our top 3 in 3rd place, Jace Lastly. In 2nd place, Miles Wilson. And in 1st place, your Backyard Championship champion, Harper Cleaver.
Nice.
And I'm back. Amazing job to all those competitors who competed. Thank you guys for tuning into the Backyard Championships. Big congratulations to everyone who competed and all the course designers. Super happy that our first Backyard Championship was a success. And thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.
On you.